Hello travelers, and welcome to a new video. I'm in a rainy Krakow. It's starting to dissipate a little bit, but today I am going to the Wieliczka Salt Mine, and this is gonna be quite amazing, guys. This is one of the wonders of Poland, so I'm very excited. Now I want to tell you how to get there. It's a very easy way. You can hire these companies to take you, but they charge you extra money. So if you want to do that, that's fine. But you can go online, you can buy the ticket from the website, you can put it in English, buy the tickets. It was 122 zloty, so it's around $30 US. You could also pick routes. So I picked the touristic route, which is supposed to be the nicest, and there is another option to pick a mining route, which is a little bit more elaborate. You dress up like a miner. From Krakow, from near the center, there's this bridge. You saw it in one of my other videos, this large bridge, and you can go up here, and this is where the train tracks are. The trains are passing over here, and it's called Gregorz, I believe, is the station. So here I am, I'm on the bridge, got the beautiful scenery here of Krakow. I'm waiting for the train. Now the trains run every about half hour, so make sure you don't want to miss your train. So my time to go in is 12:30. They give you a time. Make sure you're there on time, because I think you lose your ticket if you're not on time. So I'm gonna get there early, probably gonna get there around 12-ish, noon. We're gonna go into the salt mine together. I cannot wait, guys. Let's do it. It's gonna be fun. This is the station you take. It's called Krakow Gregorski. Here comes the train now, right on time, and I will soon be at Wieliczka. The train is actually very beautiful. The ticket was a little bit difficult to purchase. There's a machine, but you have to pick your starting destination, you have to pick where you're going, and there was 3 Wieliczkas, so I had to ask someone. So it's the last station, it's the last Wieliczka is where you're going for the salt mine, and she said that's the last destination of the train. It's absolutely beautiful. Take a look at how beautiful it is. It's just a beautiful train, and it's huge. It's absolutely huge. This is one of the biggest and nicest trains I've been on. So you're riding a great train, and the price was only $6.50 zloty. So 6.50 zloty each way, so 13 zloty. So it's like $4 something for a round trip. So it's really great, and the ticket is good for 24 hours if you buy the round trip. Okay, so I got off at the train station. You can see the train in the distance, it's over there. And you go behind the station, you walk across the street, and here's this big sign, so you can't miss it. Wieliczka Salt Mine. And we're going to the tourist route, and the miner's route I told you about is the other way. So here we go. There's also a bus that takes you here too. But I think the train is better. It's very convenient, as you saw. So next is the mine, and this is going to be incredible. There's like a city down here, you will not believe it. Behind me they're selling souvenirs here too, and there's supposed to be a museum as well. And I think that this is the entrance over here to the mine. I see a big tall building there, possibly the mine shaft. So they give you a set time. My time is 12:30. I'm here a bit early, but I'd rather be here early than late. You can also buy the tickets here. It looks like the prices are the same. 122 zloty I paid. Discount is 102 for children, youth, students, seniors. There's also a discount for people with disabilities, and there's a family ticket. There's supposed to be a lot of stairs going down, and there is a elevator that takes you up, but they say it's kind of small and I guess a bit scary, so we're gonna find out. So this is the mine shaft here, and we're gonna go down in there. This looks like the line. I have the ticket already. It's an electronic ticket, so it's very convenient. There's people here standing in line to buy the ticket, so it's better, I think, to buy it online. It's much more convenient. So we have about 20 minutes or so. Okay, so we're in the entrance here. Finally, we're inside. They call you about 5 minutes to the time. I already met a British guy. They were quite nice British couple, so we're going in now. They said it's 60 meters underground, 60 meters. So we're going pretty far down, I think. And I think there's a lot of stairs to start it. Okay, we're starting to go down. There's some stairs. And I'm staying at the back so I can film without bothering anyone. There was this couple that came late, and they have a couple kids there that are a little upset, so that's what you hear in the background. So here we are, we're going down. Well, so far it's pretty good. Just short flights of steps, all wood. Okay, we're still going down and we're on 42nd flight. They are numbered. And the little boys calmed down a bit, so that's good. And we're still going down. So it's gonna be a ways now.
At a depth of 64 meters.
64 meters, he said. We have a tour guide.
But relax, today we'll get only to the level 3, which is at the depth 135 meters deep.
135 meters. He said the deepest is 320 meters. Can you imagine? We're not going to go that far.
Now, some important information. Open fire and smoking is strictly forbidden, of course. Please don't touch and
So apparently we have to go down further. We're already 60 flights of stairs down, something like that. This thing is huge. He said that there are something like 60 shafts. There's some small ones. There's 20 main shafts, and I think there's 5 large shafts. He said now they make more money with the tourism, so it's basically a tourist thing instead of actual mine. But it once was a salt mine. He said that if you explored this whole mine, it would take you 4 months. That's how big it is, 4 months.
These wooden constructions are here to protect salt mine against collapse of the chamber.
I don't think they're sure exactly when the mine dates to, but he said something about possibly 1640. And these were from 1930s, and they're still holding up. And they have to have all these logs, otherwise the chamber could collapse possibly. Here it says 1938 here. But he said that some of the original construction dates back over 300 years. Wow. Look at this, guys. We haven't even touched the surface. This is absolutely outstanding. Look at this. It's just amazing what's under your feet, especially in Poland. I see that these logs have numbers on them as well. He said that this was actually where the miners worked, and they worked in almost total darkness. Can you imagine? They worked in almost total darkness. That must have been like crazy scary job too. Look at this, going back in there. Oh my god. And these cables here, it was a little hard to hear, but it sounded like that they're used to take salt out of the mine to the surface. That's what that, and they have these doors that close. Look at this. Wow. You have to push hard on this door because of the wind. You can feel the ventilation under here too in this tunnel. Now the color of the walls are starting to change. It's starting to get lower here. So maybe we're getting into the old part. Maybe this is the original construction. Surprisingly, it's not that damp down here. I thought it would be much damper, but it feels fairly dry. And it's dry on the floor. 1666, before 1666. Passage leading to the Kręciny chamber. So this is the salt here, I believe, right here. And he was making a joke, you could lick it if you want, it's salt. Look at that, that's what it looks like. It looks pretty dark. Maybe they have to before it's purified. Gotta keep up with the group.
And it assumed that Copernicus was first tourist in the mine. And 1973, to commemorate 500 years anniversary of his birth, one of the miners made this monument, and it is made of salt, and I will show you. It is made of salt. And the floor is also made of salt. Look, floor is also made of salt. And my group, Nicolaus Copernicus was first tourist in the mine, and in 18th century, tourism in the mine is developing, but it was privileged only for important people who could afford to visit the salt mine, like kings, for example. And after the Second World War, managers of the mine saw that tourism was the future solution, and They were right because in 2019, Salt Mine was visited by 1.7 million people from all over the world. So all chambers, all passengers were crowded. There was one.
The monument is made completely out of salt. While you can see these tour groups are close, there's a Polish tour group behind us. For the longest time, not many people were allowed down here. Only kings and queens were allowed to visit this place. This is unreal. I've never seen anything like this.
How can I take it with me to Poland? I thought, while looking at a salt mine that my father gave me as a wedding gift. I left my homeland for Krakow, where I was to marry Prince Wieliczka. My father, the King of Hungary,
There's another
wanted
chamber
to
in
give me
there.
gold and jewels.
There was a princess. She said that we have no salt in our kingdom, and she wanted salt. She asked her father, the king, for salt. So she threw her engagement ring down the mine shaft, and one of the miners later came back with salt and the ring. And I believe that's who she married. It was a little hard to hear the story because there's a lot of people, but very interesting story nonetheless. The Bankle passage leading to the Goryszowski shaft. Can't go there though. Caution. And just to mention, we have about 20 people in our tour, approximately.
It's not very scary, but you have a key, so I will. Okay, guys.
Maloney Chamber,
Right now we are in the Maloney
1645.
Or Baron Chamber, and my group. And the name of this chamber refers to fire that started the salt mine. And the longest fire was here in 1644 and lasted 8 months. And one of the reasons for fire was methane gas. And it released during the excavations and accumulates higher levels of working. And methane gas mixed with air is highly explosive when you contact with fire. So that's why it was dangerous for people to open fire. I mean, before war, the special group of miners burned out this gas. And now I will show you a short presentation once again. What it looks like. We don't get instruction for tourists. So guys, everything is fine. Don't worry. And now guys.
Feels somewhat smooth, a little bumpy here and there. And the floor here looks a little more worn. It's all salt. Well, I see a path for a cart.
In 16th century, miners started using wooden carts. And in 18th century, miners transported small carts pulled by horses. The horses started working here in 16th century. And the last horse left the salt after 30 years of work just in 2002.
I'm not sure if you could hear the guy, but they had horses working here for hundreds of years. And the horses used to pull the carts, and they would pull the carts with the materials and the salt. And there was a man that took care of the horses, and finally the people protested against the horses working here, the animal activists, and they were going until 2002, I think he said. So early 2000, this was still active, and finally they retired the horses and they're no longer here. And they're showing some of the workers. This is just unbelievable. So here it looks whiter, the salt. So possibly this is the salt and they've already taken it off. That's why you see the blackness. This definitely looks more like salt here. Just look at this behind me. Wow, look at this chamber. Oh my God.
In the mine, but don't worry, once a week a bit, visit the mine and check how hot. But so horses were very important for mining. And you can see next.
So this is where they fed the horses. The vastness of this chamber, it's just huge. This is massive.
Next salt monument. This time, Polish King Casimir the Great. And in 14th century, King Casimir announced the first ordination of mining, and he connected salt mine in Wieliczka and salt mine in Bokia in one company, the Krakow Salt Works. And King was owner of both mines. In Casimir the Great times, benefits coming from Krakow Salt Works reached the size of 30% of total royal income, and salt was called the white gold. And for a block of salt weighing 2 tons, like this one, it was possible to buy 2 villages with people. So that's why salt was called the white gold. Salt was very, very expensive. And Wieliczka was one of salt centers in Europe, and Wieliczka was called Magnum Salt, which means the great salt. Wieliczka was big and rich city. And guys, in the corner you can see Riza, or next Riza, people that will study the salt. And you can...
From that chamber, the king's chamber, I guess you would call it, we're going back, it seems like, going through another way. Came through this side, so we're just turning around. I don't know if this is the end or we go to another chamber now. Wow, they said salt was worth its weight in gold. They called it the white gold. One large block of salt that he was showing there was enough to buy 2 villages at the time. And that King Kazimierz, I think they said, Kazimierz, he was super rich because he owned 2 salt mines. You can see the vastness of the chamber. That's where we came from. That's the main chamber. Our tour guide just told a very interesting story. He said that they have a lot of interesting things going on in that big chamber. They have dance competitions. They had a boxing match. They had an MMA cage fight. So they have all these different things going on underground here. And he was talking about here how they originally got salt in the beginning of mankind, that they would just get it from the water, heating the water, salty water obviously, and it was enough for them, just for themselves to cook and to eat, to preserve the meat probably. That was before they had salt mines, of course. What an experience. If you come to Krakow, 100% you have to do this. Wieliczka Salt Chamber, 1669. So we're going down from here. I think what I just showed you, we're going down there. Wow. Look at this. I know you had to be very brave to work here, and they said it was almost darkness. Can you imagine working in here? This is, for some people, like a nightmare. Going down again. Deeper. Wow. We're going down now. It's turned into a rocky stairway. I know you couldn't do this kind of thing in the US. They would say it's too dangerous. This is one thing I love about Europe. Like even the caution here. Wow, and they're carrying a stroller with the baby in it, I think. This is crazy, guys. This is absolutely wild. This last set is quite long. These chambers. 90 meters deep now. Markowski Brothers, higher level 2.
Yeah. Guys, look, we are 90 meters deep, second level of the mine, we are 90 meters below.
So much to unpack here. Look at this chamber. Look at the old ladder they would have had to go up. Oh my gosh, rusty ladder. These chambers. This is a machine that they used to use. He said they used to bring up the salty water. What is this? Saturated brine. Look at the salty water. Oh my gosh. I don't know if it's okay to try. Look at this chamber here. Phenomenal. I'm running out of superlatives. Beyond belief. A wonder of Poland and Europe. Just continues. More carving. These are the dwarves. Carvings of the dwarves. The Kunigunda shaft bottom, beginning of 19th century, 1800s. This place has blown me away. I'm gonna call it now. This is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life.
In the first half of 17th century, Magno. Also, this is small chandelier with salt. This is the salt. And salt, the salt Wieliczka has great color because this salt contains 95% pure salt and 5% of impurities, like gypsum. But impurities affect color.
This chandelier is not crystal, that is pure salt crystals. 99% pure. This is the Holy Cross Chapel, 1860. The one lady that was with the children and the man, she was saying it's a bit scary down here. She feels claustrophobic. I don't really because it's pretty open. But I could see people that would have that feeling.
Is still monument here.
Oh my god.
Even like sometimes discover curves that convert all one religious and class music is like
this is an absolute miracle. Oh my lord. I'm absolutely stunned. My eyes are deceiving me. The size of this. This is the size of, it looks like the size of a football field almost. Absolutely beautiful and unreal at the same time. Absolutely unreal. Now this is the chapel. This alone is the effort this would take.
Central North. So this is salt from central region of Poland. And next one is like a chunk of our 400 clocks and fly to the edge.
And you have all these carvings along the wall. Is that the Jesus manger? I don't know. There's animals. This is the most Instagrammable site I've ever seen. This is the chapel for sure. This is a church. This is an underground church. Look at this. Here is the altar. Oh my Lord. Look at this. They're completely made of salt. Everything is salt. This is a treasure. This is a treasure. This should be one of the wonders of the world. It most definitely is. Our guide, I just asked him, he said this is called the St. Kingiz Chapel. I hope I said that right, St. Kingiz Chapel. So we are in the chapel. I don't know when it was built though. I totally lost our guide and everything when I came in here. My eyes are just like saucers, like a little kid.
As a student in 1930 and 1936, and as a cardinal in 1971, but he was never here as a pope. in 1999, so I was ready to receive Pope. And unfortunately, Pope was ill and didn't come. He had flu. And upon this time, you can see...
So that statue behind me is Pope John Paul. Yeah, there's some kind of lake, Salt Lake or Salt River. And he said that there's actually been some people like with boats or kayaks or little sail boat or something has gone through here. Some Polish champion. This level we're on can help to cure asthma and respiratory diseases because of the salt in the air. It can treat it. And people, he said, to take deep breaths there. And he said that people actually pay to come here or to this level to use it. That's quite amazing. I have heard that salt can cure ailments. And it's true, apparently. The Adam Mickiewicz lower level 2, 110 meters deep underground. Here we are. And he said that firefighters, Polish firefighters, come here once a year and they train. And they go with full gear. And they try to go all the way up and out of here. And it's 600 steps going up, he said. And he said that the record is 4 minutes and 29 seconds, I believe.
And I mean, minus this whole white construction. So yeah, you can.
So apparently we don't have to go up all those stairs, thankfully. Could you imagine going up all those stairs? Whew. Look at this chamber. This is incredible. Now the ceilings have gotten a lot lower. Lucky for me, I'm not that tall. But if you are, you would probably be ducking here.
And Mike survived for the first 2 works of carpenters. On the left side, you can see plates with text of mining salt. My group. This is one of the most popular chambers among tourists because we have Wi-Fi here. Yeah, so that's right. My group, here we have a short break. 5 minutes.
So we get a break here, and there's a snack bar here. Look at all this structure. I think he said it was all made by miners. Beautiful area. Excuse me. And a beautiful area here. Some items are selling. Probably made out of salt, in fact. They are. Large plaque. I would love to read it. Looks like it's all in Polish. We had a short break and now we're off again. I think there's around 40 minutes left, so this is a good couple hours, this tour. And there's also a museum you could visit. This statue here is Pilsudski, Joseph Pilsudski, very famous Polish person, Polish man. And this is called the Joseph Pilsudski Chamber, 1810 to 1830. Oh, look at this monument. Is it the Polish eagle? Wow, this is quite nice with the Polish eagle. There's something here, Zygenia, I don't know what that means, but hopefully someone can tell me, but very beautiful.
In 1915, there was a tragic accident here. 2 men soldiers entered the ferry, and unfortunately the swell ferry which turned over, and 7 soldiers were trapped under the ferry. Because the lake is still dry, salty water, and boat was too heavy, that's why they couldn't get out. And before help came, they had to suffocate several soldiers died here. And right now, ferry crossing is forbidden, of course. And the lake is only 1 meter deep. And to commemorate this tragic event, there is a figure of Saint John the Pont, the patron of drowning people. And also we can see this method of protection, and we call this method umbrella. And guys, look, right now we are 130 meters deep. Look,
130 meters deep now. And this chamber here, that there was 7 Polish soldiers that lost their lives here many years ago. So this is what this monument is. If you couldn't hear the guide, this monument here. So they And he also mentioned that now this is climate controlled. They have shafts and they have air conditioning for the summertime. But he said that back when they were mining, that this used to be 40 degrees Celsius. So they could only mine in the winter, not in the summer. It would have been too hot. And that was called the Kazanov Passage. That's where we came from. I feel like I'm in Lord of the Rings. That's how cool this place is. Another huge chamber. It's like something out of the movie Tomb Raider. There is an elevator, takes you up, but you have to wait for a group and a guide. But our guide leaves us here. But he was fantastic, our guide. What a great guy. And he made sure everybody made it through too. He was waiting, because I was kind of hanging at the back, and there was another couple with the child. So here, there are some elevators. There's a few things left to see, and there's supposed to be a restaurant. So definitely gonna check that out, at least have a drink there possibly, and we'll show you that next. So stay tuned, there's more to see. This is the Stanisław Staszik Chamber. And look at this. Poland, Canada, Ecuador, Ethiopia, Germany, Senegal, US, Poland. Oh, and I do want to mention one last thing, that during the Nazi occupation, during World War II, they forced everyone to come here and work for the Nazis. Just craziness. These guys were so brutal. And they didn't mind salt, but they built weapons and they did whatever they were told, I guess. Vicente Vito's Chamber, 20th century. So this is the restaurant, I guess. It's not too fancy, but you're on the salt mine. So apparently I was wrong. This is the restaurant. So there is a restaurant here and there are people here. I wonder if it's expensive or not. Well, it seems to be one of those canteen type places. So maybe it's not too expensive. Maybe we're gonna have something here. I don't remember exactly what they charged me, but I don't think it was too bad. The beer was 17 zloty. The meat was like 18. I think this was 10, so 28. It was like 40 zloty, so maybe $10, 40 something. So $10, $11, but it's not bad for a salt mine. You're here. I got the pork loin, I think, and some wheat beer, which is really good beer. Wawelskie. I haven't had this one. The food is delicious. Delicious. Great beer. Delicious pork. They've got everything here. But there's another room here. It's kind of blocked off. Luckily we can stick the camera through, and it is a full theater. So I guess they have shows here even. You can come and watch a show in the salt mine. And this is the Warszawa chamber, the Warsaw chamber. This place, it just keeps going and going. It just does not end. Look at this beautiful woodwork too. Beautiful wood. This looks more newer. I think we have to wait in our line now. So I guess this is for the theater. We just came down all these stairs here. This is the exit. And then you've got another chapel. It's unreal.
And rooms on the left, right, and close to that are placed for the parties.
This is supposed to be exit. You can see the length of this mine. It's just, it boggles the mind. It boggles the mind. Look at the distance we've traveled. And now you turn a corner. There's a corner here. Sharp corner. The depth of this place is unfathomable.
The humidity.
Turning corners again. Now it's winding in this area. This place is unreal. There's still so many places to go. What is this? This is the museum. This is for the museum. Now we're going to the museum.
Alright, so we're only 6, right? We're only 6, so it's pretty much like private room. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try to reply them all. Milky or kind of foggy color. If there is too little water, they are dropping from the walls. And even the human breathing can change the conditions inside, so that no one but 2 men is allowed to enter. As for other interesting particles, this is orange and blue salts, commonly known as Himalayan pink salt, for example. So this is salt from Poland, and this is a different color because of the structure. That mine, actually that deposit, was so huge, so heavy, so the salt was compressed by the pressure, by its own weight.
Our guide is very nice. He was impressed that I spoke a little bit of Polish. Whoa, look at this cavern here.
You were with Mars, right? Yeah. Alright, so if you... And the place for the parties. But yeah, the 95% is unexplored still. Mines are kind of planning to open around 10, maybe 12% of the mine.
These are the 5 levels, and there's actually more. I think he said there's 14 levels of the salt mine. It's crazy. And we've only explored a fraction, 5% of the tour of the salt mine. 5%, you heard that right. There's 95% more. And this is from 1534. It is born the gift of Severin Boner, saltwork farmer. Some tools or some weapons. And I better catch up with my guide. I think they went this way. Yes.
26, it's like 1 feet on the last 2 levels.
But how many levels altogether?
9.
9.
There's 9 in here.
Sorry, there's 9 levels altogether.
Yes.
And this is a map of the whole mine.
It's just a map of like a drainage system.
Oh, it's not the whole mine.
Yes, it's just a drainage system.
Lamps that they were allowed to use, they had to be very careful because they started a fire, and it was a fire that lasted 7 months. So they had to build blocks to, they had to cover all the airways to put it out eventually. So they were allowed these lamps here, and they burned tallow, animal fat. And they happen to have a woolly mammoth tusk here from the Stone Age. So he grabbed a salt crystal for us. That's kind of nice, a nice souvenir. some kind of train, underground train. We've come to the end, we've come to the elevator. There's an elevator here. I'm gonna show what it looks like. It looks like a normal elevator. And we'll be back to the surface shortly.
Powiedział, że to jest za mną.
How deep? We're 137
Też
meters.
muzeum, ale nie będzie z nami. Clemens.
St. Clements. So this is the St. Clements Church as we come out of the Wieliczka. It's in Wieliczka. So Wieliczka is a city also, right?
City, yes, the city.
Okay. And this is our, talking to our guide here, which was very good. Back to the beginning, wrap up the video. I was talking to the young man that took us to the museum, and what a nice guy. Really nice. I think Polish people are really friendly. It's just a language barrier. He told me that it's so difficult because I told him I learned Spanish. He said it's very difficult to learn Polish without a class because his girlfriend is Brazilian and she's having a tough time. All the superlatives, fantastic. 100% recommend it. Wieliczka Salt Mine. Hope you enjoyed the video. Dziękuję bardzo. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.